Whoa! Hey there everyone, Hitesh here, back again with another video. In this video, I want to discuss something awesome and something important. This question has been into my email for quite a long time and a lot of people just ask this question. The question is really simple: how I can get better in programming logics or building logics or solving bigger problems by making it into a smaller chunks and writing code for that. Pretty common question that is being asked. Now in this video, I'll give you 5 awesome tips so that you can get better in solving logics. So let's get started here. Now the very first thing that you need to understand before we move on and proceed with the 5 tips is that the more experience you will have, the better programmer you will become. Now in case you are thinking that the person who is teaching me code online or offline or in the book is far more better than me, then of course it's true, because he has spent pretty much a huge amount of time compared to you in the programming world, and he has faced a lot more problems than you, so that is why he's becoming better. A simple example that I would like to give you is, can you write a program for finding odd and even between 0 and 100? Probably first time it was really tough. The second time it was comparatively easy for the first time, but on the 10th time it became just like a breeze. You just cruise through over it. But yes, in the first time it was really tough. So what I'm trying to say here is experience is the key, and good experience comes with a bad experience. So it's a kind of a chain. So don't get disheartened, and let's start our 5 awesome tips to improve your programming logic building skill. Now, in the number 1 point I would like to keep is keep moving on. The moment you have just understood what I'm trying to say here is, that is the very first step of building logic. When I say keep moving on, I say that once you have solved a problem, don't just repeat it too many times. 2 or 3 times is okay, but don't repeat it too much out here. For example, you are learning how you can find odd or even number. Just practice it 2 times or 3 times. Let's just say you are practicing printing different kind of pattern. Just look at it for 1 or 2 times, but just keep moving on. The more you will try to stuck on there, this is one of the bad things that everybody does. Just keep on staring to the code. And they don't understand it. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. But what I'm saying is keep moving on. Try to face as much as problem as you can and just keep going on. Which brings us to our second point in building the programming logic, which is face new problem every single day. Every day is a new day, and you need to face new problems of programming every single day. If you'll be just keep printing the odd and even numbers throughout the week, that doesn't make sense, and you should facing more problems. Problems like if you are making apps like dismissing the keyboard, bringing back the keyboard, or taking input from the user. Just learn new things every day. This is one of the most important part, because this gives you more exposure to the real life problems and will help you to write code and solve these problems. So definitely keep moving. And the second point is face new problems every day. The third thing that I want to share is keep staring at the code that others have written. So have a look, peek into the code that other people have written. Now sometimes it might be a little bit daunting thing and not all like this, but there is a plethora of codes on GitHub so that you can understand how the people are writing those codes and how the people are solving such skills and such problems. Sometimes you can even take those methods and can just modify and adjust that in our code as well. But it's one of the best way of learning the programming skills. Probably you are doing and you are finding the same solution for the same problem in a manner which solves the problem, but actually is a tougher way. But other people who are doing it, who are much more experienced, have done that in an easier manner. So always look into the other people's code through the GitHub, through various open source libraries and Bitbucket. There are tons of things on which you can look up at the people's code. So with a third number point, look into the other people's code and peek into it and try to learn from them. Step number 4 to improve your logic building skill is look at the holy grail of programmers community, the Stack Overflow. Now, Stack Overflow is a community website where all the programmers hang out, regardless of whether they are a fan of Java or Swift or JS or whatever the programming language is. This is a very kind community, and chances are high that 99% of the time the problem you are looking up for is already being posted down there, and a lot of experienced programmers have already provided the solution there. And based on the voting system, the solution of the problem gets high votes and low votes, and most of the time the first answer is going to be with the highest vote and is probably the best solution for your problem. But don't be a kind of a person who just posts everything on any website. Don't be like that, because Stack Overflow is a community where you search for your problems first of all. Probably, and there are high chances that your problem is already being mentioned there. But try to search onto the Google as well, because this is a programming community and you should respect that. Not like if you're not able to install, let's just say, Android Studio, and you just post like, hey, I'm not able to install Android Studio. These questions get discarded there. So respect the community a little bit, and it's a very kind community. If you are really facing some problems and are not able to find solution on there, do post your questions there. People are really kind there, and you will get really good solutions within a couple of days. And that is the maximum I'm saying. So hang around quite a lot on the Stack Overflow, and you will really enjoy what the community is. Now, step number 5 of building logic is the most important, not the least. It's the most important. Working on the projects. Now, this is super important. If you'll be spending all of your time in just writing the code for finding odd and even and printing those bizarre patterns, you will never get better into programming. One of the key aspects that a lot of people miss and just eventually leave the programming is building up some real-life good projects. And for that, you have to maybe move on into different other kind of programming languages, but that's completely okay, because end of the day, they are just programming language. They just help you to solve some problems. So try to move on into different language and try to build up some good project. Maybe you want to build an Android app, maybe an iOS app, maybe a web application, or whatever the case is. Try to build some meaningful and big scale project. Maybe a system which gives you a movie ratings or something, suggests you movies, or a calculator, or maybe a GST tax calculation system, a simple coffee app that when you enter the number of cups you want to drink to coffee, it just calculates the price of that coffee. Pretty much anything. But make sure you deal up with those projects. These projects will give you the exposure of how the workflow of building a project goes on, and this is the most important part. Without this, you can never become a good person who is solving logics pretty easily. So when it comes to solving the logic, projects I think is probably the most important part, and I will rank it at number 1 so that people can understand that yes, this is important. And I can see a lot of offline institute and universities and college just teach the basic bare minimum syntax and don't focus on the project. So project is important, and you should actually take those offline or online classes which walks you through along with him to building all those projects in app. This is super important. It's not like an assignment to be given. I have seen a lot of colleges and universities just give that, hey, you have to build that and go away home and just build that. No, this is not a way of teaching people or teaching how to build logics and everything. Students need to go through along with you in the entire building process of a project. Once they have done at least 4 or 5 with them, now you can provide an assignment of building first a component of that, and now after that you can provide them an assignment of building the whole project. This is very important. Why I'm emphasizing it so much? Because yes, this is so much important, and on a whole story, I hope you have got that how important the project is. Now, by the way, if you are interested in learning how the projects are being done, I have an awesome Android course. Link is in the description below. Check that out, and we'll be building 10 awesome Android apps in that. So with this, I'll come back with another awesome video. In case you did like this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. It always shows me that how much you are liking the videos or probably not. Let me know in the comment section below what more videos should I create so that I can make you an awesome programmer and can help you to solve some of your problems. So I'll be looking forward in the comment section below, and I'll surely catch you up in the next video.